All right, Baruch Hashem. Good evening. Sorry we are late. Again, not asking for your pity, just letting you know that it is quite a tall order to do 30 letters in 30 days. And so we're late. I apologize if this inconveniences anyone. But Baruch Hashem, we so far made every day. We did a letter, we did a class, so Hashem should give us strength to continue all the way through to the 30th letter. We're going to give a little tzedakah. Oh, I see my pushka shaking already. This is Koila Chabad Pushka app, which gamifies giving tzedakah. Hold on. There you go. All right, I have really, really awesome, exciting news, which is of interest, I hope, to everyone who follows any type of SoulWords content, but I'm choosing to break this news specifically here at the 30 Letters in 30 Days class. And this is really, really big news, Baruch Hashem, for me personally, as well as for SoulWords as an organization, as well as the community, the virtual community that has kind of evolved around the whole SoulWords thing. And that is, Baruch Hashem, with immense gratitude to Hashem, I'm here to let you know that the SoulWords house, Emir Hashem, will be opening very soon. Many of you know that we bought a property over a year and a half ago, about a half a block from the aisle. And then this past summer, we started renovation, and we're finally finishing. Emir Hashem will be done in time with Hashem's help to do a soft opening early Yud Aleph Nissen. That's the night, Tuesday night, the night going into Yud Aleph Nissen. Now, in past years when we've done 30 letters in 30 days, we've done the 30th letter as a women's class at the aisle at various different venues near the aisle. So this year we'll do it again, a women's class, and it'll be the 30th letter, and we'll do it at the SoulWords house. Mitzvah Hashem. Anyways, I'm incredibly grateful to be able to announce this because it's been a lot of time, money. I don't want to say agmas nefesh, but definitely it's been a fun ride just getting this project to the finish line. And Baruch Hashem, it's a great feeling to be able to announce this to you. If you're interested in attending, spaces are extremely limited. I don't know how many women are coming out a few nights before Pesach anyway, but you know what? In the past when we did this event, I was pretty impressed that we had a pretty nice turnout. So we have limited space, so it's by RSVP only, RSVP only, RSVP only. I will put the link in the description on the YouTube, okay? And you can click on it and RSVP, but seriously, it's very limited. Okay. Without further ado, anyways, I'm so grateful to be able to make that announcement. We have our letter tonight, day 21, and I just noticed a cute typo. It says the eve of 31 Adar. I have to tell the designer that after 30 days of Adar, we actually, after 29 days of Adar, it's Rosh Chodesh. This is the, oh my goodness, so last night's probably said eve of 30 Adar. Yeah, okay. This is like when I knew a guy who got hypnotized to not forget to count the Eimer, and he ended up counting like day 200 of the Eimer until he realized. Okay, at any rate, cute. This is from Igus Chelik Daled. Baruch Hashem Yud Aleph Tevis Tavshin Yud Aleph Brooklyn Hoavrich Vasik v'chasid Ishar Elokim v'chula Merino Rav Shiachia. The name is redacted, but the titles are there, and the titles are important. These are not unusual titles to see the Rebbe use in Igros, but it's interesting in as much as, and I'm spoiling right now, this is a spoiler because I'm telling you what's coming up in the letter, the person, according to his own description, is not Torah observant. And yet the Rebbe is referring to him as the God-fearing person, which is generally a title that not only is bestowed only on religious people, but people who are exceptionally, meticulously religious. And yet the Rebbe is giving him this title. This is going to be one of the main topics explored in this letter itself. I'm just giving you a heads up. Shalom avracha, greetings and blessings. Be'ita kabalti mechtave mi yod kislev media shel if idaite matzav bitay dat shetichya hu retzine mavakish lispalabad da. Received your letter from Yud Kislev, where you informed me about that your opinion is that the situation of your daughter, the name of the daughter is redacted, may she be well, is very serious. Her situation is serious, her health situation. And you're asking me to daven for her. And you told me, you conclude in your letter, that you have made a resolution that as soon as she's completely healed, you're going to become a fruma yid, you're going to become a Torah observant Jew. Okay, because this person is not currently Torah observant, but he made up when his daughter is healed, he's going to start to become Torah observant. Okay. Loya nisi loy takef mipnei ribu yahatir dois afshibiyesi altzien kvedshis med v'cham yadmor hakam his karti as bita shtiche bevakoshes refuah kreva. I did not respond immediately to you. Let's see how much time. This letter is from Yud Tavis. The letter that I was responding to was sent Yud Kislev a month. Well, it's Yud Aleph Tavis, a month and 1 day. Okay. I did not respond to you immediately. Although when I was at the aisle of my father-in-law, I did mention her there at the aisle. I mentioned her there for refuah shlema at the aisle. Ubetach nosen birchase, and certainly the Frierdiker Rebbe gave his bracha. So first of all, the Rebbe is saying, I'm sure that she's doing better because I mentioned her at the aisle. And if you mention someone at the aisle, there's no question that the Frierdiker Rebbe gave his bracha and that it's having an effect. V'neisef, and then in addition to this, I heard from your brother-in-law that your daughter is doing a little better. So I'm hoping to hear very soon you inform me that she's all better. Okay. Now, although, or in spite of the fact you mention in your letter, you write in your letter that you are chavshi badeis, you are a free thinker, you're enlightened, chavshi badeis literally means like you have a free mind or a liberal outlook. It's these are all euphemistic ways of saying not Torah observant, and not just not Torah observant, but this is speaking more, hashkafically than observant. It's speaking about a person's ideology and worldview. So basically, the guy is saying that he's not Torah observant, but he doesn't really subscribe to a Torah outlook. Bechol zeh, and notwithstanding that, Kaisef Hinini, I wrote all love about you. As Hatayr, the description, the title up above in the where the Rebbe addresses the letter, Ish Yar Elikim Chulu. I called you the God-fearing man. Okay, so the Rebbe is himself drawing attention to this. Shekasher Shamainu Loi Pam Ushtay Mikvikus Meidvechami Admor Hakam. I heard from my father-in-law more than once or twice, Shekara li ish Yehudi, ish Yara likim, that he would refer to, I heard him do this, he'd refer to somebody, a Jewish person, as the God-fearing person, even if he wasn't, if the person wasn't, by any objective standards, God-fearing, Shekain hu b'tivai, because that's his inner nature. Ubelasheinehu, and in the Frierdiker Rebbe's own words, Ayid nit kan und nit will sein abgerissen von Elokus. A Jew cannot and will not, does not want himself to be torn away from God. Meaning, that is his innate state. He has an intrinsic drive to attached to godliness and not to allow himself to be removed from godliness. But the it's just that from external reasons, a person may mistakenly believe that he's not God-fearing, or like you wrote, a free thinker. But the reality is, deep down, you are an ish yorei elakim. No question. That is your essence. And there's just outer factors that make it appear that you're not. So the Rebbe is saying that this is something that he heard from his father-in-law specifically, and he not only saw this conduct by his father-in-law, he heard the explanation as to why the Friedrich Rebbe conducted himself this way, which was, seemingly it's a strange thing. You're referring to someone who's not frum as God-fearing, but the Friedrich Rebbe explained, because that's his essence. He's not acting that way. He doesn't identify that way. He'll tell you that it doesn't describe him accurately. Okay, because he's talking about the Chitzonius, but deep down, a Yid nit erkennen, nit will sein abgerissen von Elikus. Okay. It's a Hayemian, by the way. Royim beteva. Now here's a very interesting observation. We see that the nature means the way of the world, the way things operate. In order that the inner dimension of a person's soul should come out, because we just got finished saying that the inside of every Yid is he wants to do Hashem's will, and it's only the outsides that are maybe misaligned with that. So the Rebbe says, then how does that Pneumius come out? How does that inner truth get revealed? So we see that the natural order of things, the way things generally work, in order for that inner dimension to be revealed, it comes through an upheaval. And that upheaval can happen in two ways. It could happen through a not good event. So the upheaval is some type of a crisis. Person goes through a crisis, and his inner dimension is suddenly called to the fore. So the other way, something exceptionally joyous that is just too extraordinarily happy to leave the person in his regular way of being, and it just flips him upside down and takes that inner dimension that was covered up and just pulls it out and reveals it. So through those two ways, there can be an upheaval that will cause the soul to get shaken up, and it causes the outer garments to fall away, and it reveals the purity and the inner dimension of the soul. So either something really destabilizing, which is not so fun, or something so awesome that you just can't go on living your life normally the way that you used to live it. Normally, quote unquote, the old status quo. Benidoin shalai, in your case, nisgala pnimis haide in shal chayli. Your panemius came out through your daughter's sickness. It's very interesting. The guy's writing to the Rebbe saying he's still not frum. He will become frum when his daughter is healed. And yet the Rebbe says to him, you already had the upheaval. And perhaps the Rebbe is saying just the fact that he wrote this is the upheaval. Or maybe the Rebbe is saying that it's inevitable now that this upheaval happened, even though you're saying you're not frum yet, it's going to happen. Or maybe the two are both true at the same time. It's like the fact that you wrote it is sort of like the ship has sailed and it, hasn't reached port yet, but you're on this track. And the point is, the Rebbe considers it as if it's like it's a done deal now. And you'll see as we go on that that's pretty clear. So God willing, from now on, your inner dimension won't be hidden. That, not 100%, but it sounds like the Rebbe is saying basically your panemius has come out. Your panemius has come out. So God willing, it won't be hidden anymore. It won't ever be hidden again. I mean, you could read it like your panemius is hidden right now. It's still hidden, but God willing, it won't be hidden anymore. But the way I'm reading it, and I think this is correct, is your panemius has been revealed through the upheaval you experienced with this crisis with your daughter's health. And God willing, it'll never become concealed ever again. And you'll see as we finish the sentence why I'm inclined to interpret it that way. And if the panemius of the panemius, the inner dimension, if that is supposed to come out, then let that be through an upheaval of happiness. Meaning to say, your panemius has already been revealed through the upheaval you experienced with your daughter's health crisis. And if you ever have to go another level, the panemius of your panemius, like even deeper, okay, so like let that happen only through a positive event. That's why, it seems to me pretty clear that the Rebbe is saying it's already happened, which is quite remarkable, that not only is the Rebbe saying, I'm referring to you as Ish Yarei Elikim because that's what your insides are. But the Rebbe is saying it's no longer your insides. Your insides have become revealed. And if you're going to experience further growth, okay, that'll have to be the insides of your insides, meaning even deeper stuff coming out. But yeah, your panemius is out. You're not in the closet anymore. We figured you out, right? You've been spotted. You are a God-fearing Jew, which is an amazing thing. And, this is just my 2 cents here. And I don't know if people watch this year for my 2 cents or they watch it in spite of my 2 cents. But my 2 cents is I get the feeling that, when the Rebbe says something like this to a person, the Rebbe is not just describing the situation. The Rebbe is creating a situation that through the Rebbe's description of things, it is creating a reality. So the fact that the Rebbe is saying you are God-fearing, that is your insides, and it's not just your insides, it's now become your outsides. Okay, even though the guy is writing to the Rebbe and saying right now he's not yet observant, he's going to become observant, or he's made a commitment that he will become. And the Rebbe's like, no, you already are. You already are. How else do you read that? Then the Rebbe is causing something to happen. There's an old saying that a tzaddik sagt, was wird sein. A tzaddik, what's a tzaddik? He sagt, was wird sein. He has Ruach HaKodesh, he can tell the future. He says what's going to be. Und a Rebbe, was sagt, wird sein. What he says will be, right? There's one guy who says what will be, then the Rebbe, what he says will be. HaTzadik goyz v'HaKodesh Baruch Hu mekayim. So he's saying this is the reality. This is the reality. The Rebbe is being megala the pneumius of this yid. That's how I read it. That's how I see it. And giving him a bracha that he should have further growth, but his further future growth should only be through upheavals of tremendous joy. It's beautiful. Kavel is basir mimenu bekarev besurat teva mi brios bitay shtichya minyan of bechlal. I'm hoping to hear good news from you about your daughter, about her health, and about your general well-being. Bivracha shivasa tevis bigashmias uberuchnias bekarev, with a blessing that you should bring good tidings, both of a material nature and a spiritual nature. very soon, and the Rebbe's signature. Beautiful letter. Beautiful, beautiful letter. The essence of a Yid, basically. The Rebbe is seeing not just, this is what a Rebbe is. The Rebbe is seeing not what the person sees in himself. The Rebbe is seeing the fullest potential, the untapped potential of what the person can be, and not just seeing it, but making it a reality. Incredible. That's what the Raya Mehemna is. The one who connects us to our own intrinsic faith. It's our own faith, it's ours, but we lose touch with it, or the contact points are not exactly in place. And the Rebbe gets us back in touch with ourselves. Basic Perek Beis of Tanya, by the way. And that through our relationship with the Rebbe, we get back in touch with our true selves. Gewaldic. Okay. Again, I apologize for being late tonight. And most of you probably listen to this on playback. Most of you probably listen to this the next day. You don't even know that it's late if I wouldn't say it. But at any rate, sorry for being late. For those of you who wait until 9 p.m. to watch it every night. And if you are interested in attending the Yod Aleph Nissen 30th letter class at the SoulWords house, Baruch Hashem, sounds so good to be able to say that, please check out the link in the description. Good night.